Hey everyone, welcome back. In my continuing series of municipal courses in the central North Carolina area, we have a unique one here today. We're at the Gillespie Park Golf Course in Greensboro, North Carolina. It has a lot of history here that I didn't know about until I looked it up. It's a 9-hole course. We're gonna look around the clubhouse here. We're gonna talk about some of the history that I just mentioned, and then we're gonna try to get out and play 9 holes. It's a 9-hole course. So we're going to try to get out and play the course. So as we walk in from the parking lot here, we see a nice putting green here, and over behind there, people are teeing off, and I'm going to assume that's the first hole. Across the road here is what appears to be a par 3 course, and I will further check that out once I go in and talk to people, and we'll confirm. As we walk further closer in, we got a nice little picnic area here with umbrellas and tables. Greens look good. Course looks good. We've had a lot of rain in the area and a lot of heat this year, so every golf course that I've ever been to this year has been in awesome condition. And so now we're going to get into some of that history that I just mentioned, and I'm going to make sure everybody has time to read this while I talk. But I had no idea. I grew up in Durham, North Carolina, which is about an hour from here, maybe a little more. I now live in Sanford, but I really wasn't aware of Gillespie Golf Course. And when I started doing this series, I look up municipal courses, and I found this one, and I found a lot more than a golf course. So this was a civil rights event, as I looked it up, back in 1955, when black people were fighting for their rights to do things that they were legally entitled to do. And we all heard about Rosa Parks and some of the others, that made national attention. And I'm not sure if this one did, but I'd never heard of it. So I was very surprised to hear this, and it brought back some memories of my childhood, because I was in my childhood when a lot of this stuff was happening, and it reminded me of a course that I played on in Durham. I'll get into that story a little later. That course was named Wofford Golf Course, and it was the only course at that time that black people were allowed to play on in Durham County, and it's where I spent my first 5, 6 years, golf years, learning to play golf, going around and around and around that 9-hole course. So this kind of reminded me a lot of that. But we're going to go inside and look around and see about getting out on the golf course. I didn't call, I didn't get a tee time, so we'll see how that goes. So we're in the clubhouse now, and here's a plaque on the wall from the Greensboro News and Record, an article about the course. And the pro shop is a little small, just like most of the 9-hole munis. I love these 9-hole munis. It reminds me of my childhood when a lot of courses were 9 holes. So I've spoken to the person behind the counters, and everybody's been very nice. And we're going to get out on the course maybe in a little while and get to see the golf course. Par 3 grill. Got a nice menu here. Nice place to get something to eat during or after your round. And we're going to head out now to the practice area, and there's a mural out there I've been told that we want to look at. Here's a sign here at the short course area is what they call it. J.M. Bryan Foundation, who owns or not owns, donated the park for Bryan Park, had a connection to this. So I went in and inquired about this area, and I'm told that it's a practice area, but it's kind of like a little par 3 course. There's some greens out here, and the holes, he told me, are anywhere from 48 to, I think he said, about 70 yards. So pretty short, not really quite a par 3 course, but that's what they play it as, and it's really for short game practice. And in addition to the plaque that was up by the clubhouse, we're down near the range. I'll show you that in a minute, but there's a huge mural on the side of this building. Pretty awesome. And in the middle here are those same Greensboro 6. And I'm going to get up close and show you their names in a minute. And also, when in reading the history, there were some important black players that played out here, among which was Charlie Sifford. And I got to believe that's him. It doesn't say so, but it looks a lot like him. And they had some events out here, and they came and supported it. Jim Dent, Charlie Sifford, and others. And then down here on the end, it's just general people in the mural. So you need to look this up on Google, on the internet, and find out about the Greensboro 6 and Gillespie golf course. And again, here they are in the mural. A lot of civil rights history going on here. Very nice looking range here. So you got a high fence to protect people and property. Pretty large hitting area, and part of the golf course, I assume, is out there beyond the range. Over here we see yet another practice green near the range. And there's one thing that I just don't understand here with this good facility. Saturday at about noon, where are all the people? Why are they not out here? We would love to have this in Sanford. Okay, so luckily it looks like we do get out on the course. I didn't call ahead. I didn't get a tee time, but they can get me out here. So we're going to play the first hole. What I'm going to do is play every shot from the back tee on this 9, which will be their longest 9. The other 9 you would play from some other tees. I'm just going to play the back one on all of them because it changes the par on some of the holes. This one from back here is 340-ish downhill. And as always, I haven't hit any warm-up, so I'm just going to hit this 3-wood out there. That looks like it's going to work just fine. Okay, and we're off. So far, the golf course itself, it's in beautiful condition. Reminds me a lot of, at least this first hole, of Asheboro Country Club. The first hole was also a little bit dogleg left downhill. This was a little shorter, I think. Okay, we end up with 95 yards and a very, very small green, which kind of makes up for the lack of distance. Wow, that looks really good from here. I think we're going to have a real good birdie look on number 1. Okay, went up 6 feet, slight breaker to the right. I need to play it right on the edge. Of course, no putting practice today either. Ooh, okay, well, sometimes a birdie on the first hole is like the kiss of death. So number 2 is going to be a 386 par 4. Give you a look out there. Looks pretty tight. Looks a little tight, and since I'm not loose yet, I'm going to go with 3-wood again since I hit that last one so well. Oh, another good one. Wow. Left center and really hit well. So this is really the second unknown to me golf course that I found since I was doing these series that I love. I mean, I love these 9-hole courses. It reminds me of my younger days. And they're good golf courses. They're not just raggedy places to hit a ball. They're good, decent golf courses. I mean, having been around the area all my life, you would think that somebody would have said something about, hey, have you played Gillespie? But nobody has ever said, hey, have you played Gillespie? It's a pretty good golf course. Same with Asheboro Municipal. Nobody ever mentioned that one either. Okay, so that would be the white flag for this hole, directly in line with that middle bunker that you see. So we have 144 left. It's a little longer than this 9, but I'm going to go with the 9. It's a good hot day. Of course, it's above 95 again. Fortunately, I'm in a cart today. Okay, Tony, let's just hit a good smooth shot towards the green. Just left of the flag, looks real good. Well, can't tell if it's close or not, but it was well hit. And today, not sure what's going to happen. I feel a little bit hurried because they did put me out right in the middle of normal play. There's a group behind me. There's one a couple, maybe a hole ahead. So we're just going to deal with it. I can't take as much time on each shot as I like to talk and all, but we're going to get around and show you this golf course. I'm seeing it for the first time too, and I love it. Well, as I knew from the fairway, I didn't quite have enough to get to the hole. So I came up about 25 feet short. I think it's reasonably straight. We're just going to roll it up, play it for a little bit of break to the right, maybe. Wow, I think we had it on line. If I hadn't read otherwise, I would swear Donald Ross designed this course because both of those greens were turtleback, humpback greens. That one had a false front that I almost rolled back down. Number 3, par 5, 517. If you can see from here, the dog legs around to the right. I don't know what's around there. I do see a creek. It may go down the right side. Here's a shot of the hole. And I'm not sure, but I think what we want to do is hit it at or just right at that bunker with a little cut, just a little tail to the right. I don't want to be way on the right side because I feel like that creek may go through there. At 517, pretty sure I'm not going to reach it in 2. Looks like it may go a little uphill. So we're just going to try to make a good solid swing and get in play. I like that one. Oh yeah. Well, as I surmised, this ditch did go down the right side. I did get over it. I went into this casual water area and took relief. And now I've got a shot that I'm not sure I want to try to do because it's so narrow and I don't know what's up there. So I'm just going to play a safe shot. I'm going to hit maybe a 6-iron kind of toward that big oak on the left and just take the 3rd shot in. Odds are I might could hit a 3-wood up there and get it close to the green, but I just don't know what's up there, and I'd rather be safe. I'd rather enjoy myself than get aggravated because I got penalized because I didn't know what was there. So we're going to hit this little left and just take the wedge or 9 or whatever we have left. I like it a lot. Wow. In the fairway. This is another course that I've never played before that I feel like I want to come back to. Here's a look at the green. Looks like the flag is blue. I'm going to assume that means it's in the back. We have 132 to the back. That's kind of between clubs for me. And since there's a lot of green in front of the hole, I'm going to go with the wedge, which is a 125. Sometimes I can get 130 out of it. But I just feel good about this. As opposed to the 9, I feel like I could hit it over. And I have that, what they call fogel, fear of going long. So we're just going to try to get this wedge on the green. I thinned it, but it's going to turn out real good. Yeah, it's past the hole. I almost bladed it, but as I like to say, that's the setup for impact miss. You miss hit, it goes in the right direction, and it turns out okay in most cases. It's not a wasted shot, and in this case, it's a useful shot. If that hole is cut as far back as I hope it is, I'll have a reasonable birdie putt with that bad shot. So we got lucky. We did end up with a 12-footer for birdie. A little uphill and breaking left. I think I need to give this one, I'm going to say about 7 to 8 inches right. Let it come in. Come on, baby. Oh, okay. I've maybe played just a tad too much, but a good putt and a nice, easy par. So we have here number 4. This is one of the ones that the par changes depending on which 9 you play. And on the front, it's supposed to be a par 3, but we're going to play the back tee in every case. So we'll be playing it as a 338-yard par 4. Looks like a little bit of cut here would help. So 338, Tony, you don't need to kill it. Well, it is a very little bit, but it's fine. Maybe in the rough. I think that's pretty cool how they alternate tees, and not only alternate tees so you get a little different hole, but on some of the holes it changes the par. So you don't really feel like you're playing the same 9 twice. So up here we can see the tee for the par 3 version. There's the tee markers for the par 3 if we were to play that. Okay, so if I zoom this in a little bit, you're going to see the flagstick way over there on the left top corner. That's about all I can see. So I don't really have room to go straight at it. The tree limbs are definitely in the way, so I'm going to have to play a little over in this direction and just hope there's some green over there or no trouble, because I can't see what's over there. I'm playing 130. It's playing 130 when the rough. I'm going with pitching wedge again. Maybe I won't blade it this time. And it went a little more right than I wanted, so I'm pretty sure that's going to miss the green. But I saw a bounce, so maybe it's not bad. No bunker or something over there. You ever notice that most holes, your trouble comes right off the tee shot? Hit a good tee shot, makes the hole pretty easy. So I thought I hit a good one there, but I got myself in trouble. Partly because I don't know the course that well. Partly because I didn't execute it the way I wanted to. And so I had a tough second shot. So usually if I make a bogey, it comes from right off the tee. So we're laying right beside the green, not too bad. We might can make par. So we're 6 steps from the edge of the green and 8 more to the hole. It's very slightly downhill, but it's soft. So that almost fits exactly if you watch my recent short game video for 56 to carry it safely onto the green. And it should run down the rest of the way. So let's see if we can do that. We're in a little bit of rough here, but it's sitting very well. Come on, break. There we go. We're on hole number 5, par 4, 395. You can see it goes down a hill a little to the left. The green sits up on a hill to the left. A little bit tougher a par 4 here. So we need to hit a good tee shot. Now we have some players out in front of us we're going to have to wait for. Still, it's downhill, so we don't need to kill it. We just need to hit another good solid drive. I can't hit it any better. Awesome. So you can see the ball mark right here, and the ball really didn't go anywhere. And I want to say that the course is in awesome shape, considering the torrential rains that they've had in this area. You may have heard about it on the national news in this area and other areas of North Carolina. 8 and 9 inches in a day, and then 4 the next, and then 2 days later another 5. So there are a few wet areas out here, but overall I think it's awesome. So we've got 142 left. It's uphill, and I've got a downhill lie, which makes it even tougher. So I'm going to go with 8 and just do the best I can and deal with it. It's a tough shot for me. Oh, caught a good one. I think it hit just short and bounded on the front edge. And if you've been watching my videos, I've been struggling a little bit with direction and contact, and I mentioned in one of them, I felt like I was a little jerky or whatever, pulling down on the club too quick. So today I'm really concentrating on feeling like I'm just leaving it back there a long time before I come down. And it has smoothed things out, and I'm hitting mostly good shots. Oh yeah, we're on the green. We got about an 8-footer. Okay. 8 feet, yeah, difficult. Yeah, not easy. I'm just going to try to play it straight in. I'm not sure about the break. It's very, very, very downhill. Go. Oh gosh. Tailed to the right at the last second. Just a par. That's exasperating. Looks like the hole goes around to the right. We want to be right of those crepe myrtles. Just another good solid hit out into the fairway is all we need. We don't want to make the game too hard. Just a good smooth shot out there and hit it to the green from there. We don't need to strive for every last inch and mess up because we were greedy. And I did mess up a little bit there, not because I was greedy, but just because I didn't execute the swing I wanted to. However, because I played it to a very nice, safe place, I'm going to be okay. Had I played it down the line to try to get it all, I'd probably have a lost ball there. So, well, this shot's playing 125 to a back pin. I ended up actually in the fairway. I cut the corner a little bit by accident. But what would be the difference? Had I hit it where I wanted to, I'll be 20 steps over that way with the same shot, same distance. So it's not even worth it in most cases. Just hit it where you know it's safe. So 125, playing 125, pitching wedge. So on there looks like about 15 feet left. Well, I said 15 feet. It's more like 20 because I didn't get it all the way back. Again, I see a reasonably straight putt, maybe a little left break near the end. Who knows? Let's just roll it and see what happens. Shows how good I can see, huh? Broke a little right at the end instead of left. Number 7, par 4, 372, uphill. Okay, we have a little wind here, which is welcome, but not helping on the hole. We want to stay away from that bunker. Stay in the middle. Good solid one up the middle. And again, I've hit it a little off the toe. A little right, but it's going to be okay. So that's 2 of those in a row. We don't want to keep doing that. Well, my depth perception was certainly off on that tee. I thought I was over these trees and okay, and I'm not even to this tree. So now I've got the flag basically right behind the tree from me. You should be able to see it in the edge of the bunker there left of the tree trunk. My ball is over here, so I can't see it from where I am. So we're going to have to hit a little bit of a trick shot here. We've got to hit a low punch under these limbs. Unfortunately, the ground is leaning, so it can help us and we want to cut it maybe just a little bit, but mostly we just want to get it through there and not hit the tree limbs and get up near or on the green somewhere. So we're gonna go ahead and open the face before we take our grip. Now, if we just hit this ball, obviously it's going to go over there and hit the tree. So I've got to come around here and swing this way. And because I opened it, it's going to be higher than normal, and I've got a 4-iron, so I got to play it back. After all that, you just hit a kind of a pitch shot. 120. It's going to work out. It's not going to be on. It's going to be just short. I think I can make par from there. Okay, that flag is pretty close to the edge of the green. I'd say about 10 feet. I need some extra height, even though I'm going uphill, so I'm going to open it a little bit. We still want our hands ahead and help it stop, or help it not roll so much. Okay. Okay, we got a downhiller coming left. We'll play it 2 balls out on the right, my right. Okay. Another good up and down. We've got 208 to the flag, par 3. A little downhill. I'm going to go with 4-iron. Just try to hit it the best I can and go from there. It's at the left corner of the green. We'll see what happens here. If it'll give me a right bounce, maybe it'll get on. Okay, we didn't get it there and we were left. Missed some pretty deep rough. I've got to use the gap wedge here and open the face a little. Use the bounce so it won't, the rough won't grab it. That's pretty good. Keep going. There you go. 5.5 feet, inside right center. We'll take it. So we're coming to the last hole. And although the video isn't about me and how I play, I do always have a desire to play as well as I can. So today I haven't been able to, I mean, I've played okay, but I've just felt a little hurried because of people behind me, and I haven't been able to do the camera work and the discussing for you and taking the time I feel like I need on every shot. And number 9 or 18, 560 par 5. Let's just hit a solid one straight out. Try not to hit it off the toe this time. Well, a little more left than I wanted, but it's fine. Should be good. Yeah, fairway. All right, let's hit a good 3-wood. Wow. A little left again. I think it's okay, but not sure what's going on. I think this is an awesome par 5. Love to come back here and play again. The golf is getting a little erratic, and so is my energy. It's really, really hot out here once again, as it is every day this year so far in July. Glad I'm only playing 9, and looking at the clouds and such, looks like they may well get another big storm or miss a good chance for one. Went through that tree and got lucky, barely, with the woods right here behind me. We're still 122 yards away. I'm not used to that on a par 5, but oh well. We'll play it as a par 3 from here. 122, playing 122. Okay, I think it's up just a little bit right. Okay, we've got about a 30-footer here. It's going to be uphill halfway, and then it levels off, but as it breaks left, it's going to be going downhill. So it's going to want to drift pretty well. It looks like I need to play this about 3 feet high on the right. Do the kiddie pool thing. Just didn't hit it, but not a bad putt. If you're going to miss, this would be a good leave. So that'll be it for Gillespie Golf Course. I really enjoyed the round, enjoyed the golf course. It's beautiful. I'm just very shocked that I've not heard anything about it being this good. Pretty sure I'll be back at some point. Hope you enjoyed the course. Get a chance, come on out here and play, learn about the history. So for now, this is Geezer Tony, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, and so I wanted to tell you about the story of Wofford Golf Course that I grew up playing. And it's not pertinent to the course here, but so if you don't want to listen to it, just go ahead and skip ahead. But when I was, say, between the ages of 12 and 14, 12, 13, 14, we lived near a 9-hole course in Durham called Wofford Golf Course. And you could get a summer membership there for school kids for $25. My dad, who didn't make much money, each year would get me that membership. He would take me to the golf course when he went to work, pick me up on his way home, and I'd go out there and go round and round and round that golf course every day. It wasn't much of a golf course, nothing nearly like this one, but it kept me out of trouble. It gave me something to do, and it made me fall in love with the game. I got pretty decent at it playing that much. But how it relates to here is in that time in the, 1950, 65, 66, 67, things were not integrated yet. And the blacks played at Wofford. That was the only course in Durham that I know of that they were allowed to play. And so they all played there. So that kind of reminded me of the story here. And, later on I went to play at Hillendale. I looked up, when did Hillendale integrate on the golf course? Not until 1970. I could hardly believe that. That's 2 years before I graduated high school. So anyway, Wofford was a 9-hole goat track basically, but I loved it. I can still remember. It isn't there, of course, anymore. I can still remember every hump, every dip, and every fairway because I went around it so much, even at such a young age. But anyway, I wanted to put that story in there of how my golf life began so young. And I guess why I'm still in it now at age 70, and that was 60 years ago, 60, 59, whatever years ago. So anyway, now let's get on over to the course and play a little golf.